Hey, it's Dan Charles with Cannabiz News, and we're going to do the weekly cannabis stock report. So let's take a look at some new ones and some of the things we looked at last week. So as we're looking at right now, we're looking at the ETF HMMJ. This is where we were last week, the 17th. And you can see that we're continuing to break out. So last week there was support at 12 cents. Again, the whole number, which I always talk about. So there's support at 12 with price hitting the low at 12.02. That confirms the support at $12. And then the next day on the 17th, it had a higher low at 12.08 cents, which is very bullish, and then it broke out. So I think this coming week it could definitely pop higher. A lot of these cannabis stocks. I don't know how big the move is going to be because it looks like we're already in the movement, whereas last week we were just starting the next move up. But nevertheless, the cannabis stocks continue to look interesting, at least the mostly the Canadian sector. Although all the Canadian stocks, they do have OTC symbols. So if you want to know what those are, you just for example, if we look at ACB, right? If we're looking at ACB, Aurora Cannabis, you could easily just Google ACB or Aurora Cannabis, and it will give you the OTC symbol. Pretty easy stuff. Take you seconds to do that. So here we are. Here was last week, the 17th. Support at $5. So you can see the low here was 5.01. So that's support on the whole number of $5. Broke out nicely again. Now this move to me looks like we might have another pop maybe on Monday or Tuesday, but I just feel like this may be ready to pull back soon, so I'd be cautious on that. Let's look at Aphria. Symbol APH. OTC symbol APHQF. Alright, so here we are. Here was last week, the 17th. So you're always going to look for a pullback, and that's when you want to look to enter. So a lot of people might get excited. They might see a breakout, and they might want to enter in here. They might want to enter in here. But it's always good to enter after a pullback's been taking place. So we had this 3 days of red pullback. You get this big buying tail right here, meaning price came all the way down and hit this low of 790, and then the buyers bought it back up. So that's very bullish. And then when you follow the next day, which was the Friday, the 17th, there's support on the moving averages. So this is a signal that this is more than likely wants to continue the uptrend. And that's when you want to get back in for the next move up. So now we're in the move, and like I just said on the previous one, I'm not sure how much more this exact move is going to happen. Stocks just don't keep going up and up and up and up. They move in a particular fashion, like a zigzag. You can see the zigzag here goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So you're always going to wait for that pullback. And then once that pullback is done, usually 1 to 3 days, you're going to look for a green candle, preferably touching the moving average, the 14-day. I like the double exponential moving average, but that's just me. You could use other moving averages, and then you look for the right entry. Okay. Let's look at a couple stocks that I was bullish on. And one was CNAB. CNAB. So let's type this up here, my other monitor here. So this is called United Cannabis Corp, and this trades on the OTC. There's the symbol CNAB. Now we were looking at it right here on the 17th, and I liked the support. You can go back to my last video, and I liked all the support at 56 cents. Just it kept hitting this 56 cents and finding support and going higher. So that's the more times it hits that support, the stronger it's going to be. And as you can see, it broke out. So you can see that nice breakout. I did not get in this trade, but I'm just reporting that what I figured would happen, and that's exactly what happened. It broke out. It's found more support at 70 cents here. These 2 days it hit that 70 cent, pulled up, and then the 24th it may be found resistance at 80, which is another whole number which we always talk about. So watch that. So I would want to see this breaking above 80, and it could be interesting. I also talked about the symbol ICP if you look at my last video. Now the OTC symbol is this BLGVF. It actually just changed last week, the symbol change. So ICP is no longer on the venture. And this is where I was looking at it the 17th. I like the volume spike, and then you can see it did break out on the 3 days it was trading last week. Obviously last week was US Thanksgiving, so there was some market holidays in there, and so this is starting to break out. So that was a good so far a good pick I did. I also looked at GBLX, and this is Signature Exploration and Production Corporation. Alright, I don't remember it used to being called that, but let's find this GBLX. Okay, now I pointed out that I wanted to see this break above 28. It looked like it could be breaking out last week. You can see here, but it did hit resistance at 26 cents. So if this thing breaks out above 26 and then breaks 28, I might be interested in this stock. Let's look at weed, which is the cannabis stock leader, Canopy Growth Corporation. US symbol TWMJF. Okay, so here was the 17th, and it is looking like it wants to continue the uptrend here. But what we need to see is we need to see a breakout. I want to see a breakout above 20 cents, strong green candle, and then that would give me confidence that it's going to continue this uptrend. There is some support at 1883 here, but I wouldn't put a stop level there. My stop would be below this the 16th low of 1662. And then, like I said, I want to see if this breaks out above 20 cents, and then I think it could continue the uptrend. So that's Canopy Growth. Let's look at MJN. This is Kronos Group. All right, there's the 17th. Now, although this made a higher low on last Friday, this isn't a very strong candle. It's got a long upper wick, and it doesn't give me confidence to re-enter. But it did go higher on the Monday. It's going very sideways here. So just like Canopy Growth, this needs to break out. I want to see a break above, say, $4.30, and then I could see this this breaking out. This moving average, this double exponential moving average, I'd like to see it right through, roughly center of a nice solid green candle, just like you see right here, and that would give me confidence to re-enter. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see if there's anything new that's interesting. ACBFF. ACBFF. Let's see here. So this is Aurora Cannabis. Just thought I'd take a look at the OTC. It looks very, very similar to the Canadian symbol, which is ACB. So it was the 17th, and this is breaking out, gapped up on Friday. You see that big gap there, closing at around 506 and then opening at 544. So be cautious on this one if you're holding this. It could break a little bit higher, but you can see this move right here and this move right here. They're going to move similar movements, similar ranges. So let's look for a break above $6. Watch resistance on the 6. The way this is moving and the way this sector is moving, I'm still very bullish on these cannabis stocks. So look for that of a nice breakout, and but watch that $6 price. But just by this chart, $7 is definitely doable if you're looking at the previous move and this move we're in now. Let's look at hemp. Let's see here. I'm trying to help people out by giving you the OTC symbols here. Alright, so this is hemp stock, and the symbol is HMPPF. Alright, so I profited on this recently. Now it looks like it wants to continue the uptrend. It looks like it wants to continue breaking out. So watch the high, the 313 that was made on the 14th. $3.13. Right now we're at 245. So what I want to see is a breakout above, say, 280 tomorrow or on Tuesday, and then that would convince me that this is going to continue to break out, and I would look for a re-entry. Okay, let's see if we have anything in the old school cannabis stocks. Let me just put my scanner on here. This is my scanner that makes me money every week, every day, every month. So what I do is I go through the list here and I look for breakouts on greens. And let's see what we got here. Let's go back to MJNA. I We looked at that recently. Okay. All right. MJNA. So this is one of the oldest cannabis stocks, and it's looking interesting. So the volume just a little over 10 million on the Friday, the 24th, and a bit of a breakout here. So we're going to watch that 11-cent resistance, and definitely more importantly the 12-cent. You can see here it hit that 12 cents and then hit resistance and pulled back on that 12 and then went sideways here, and now it's trying to break out again. So if that 12 cents gets broken on MJNA, this could be an interesting stock again. It's just been dead for so long. You can see it's just been choppy, doing nothing. So maybe MJNA is awakening again, and maybe I can profit on this again. It would be my third time. Let's see what happens. Another point I'm going to make is I'm strictly a chart guy. I don't talk about the news in anything, as you've probably noticed. It's strictly charts, and the reason why that is because charts do not lie. Okay, the chart tells you exactly what's happening, when to get in, when to get out. It's the most reliable form of trading and profiting in the markets. News can be unreliable. Fundamentals can be unreliable. You can have, fundamentally, you can have a great company, but the stock's making new lows. Whereas you can have a great company, a company that's got terrible fundamentals and it's making highs. It's making no money. We see many examples of that in the market. Companies making zero money, losing money, and their stocks are flying. So this is why I look at charts. I don't look at news, or at least I rarely look at news. So if people are wondering why I don't talk about what's going on with these companies, any news that's out, it's because I don't care about the news. I strictly use my scanning software. I look for breakouts, I look for volume, and I look for these certain patterns that are reliable over and over again, and that's how I make money consistently. If I was just going off of news, I'd probably be losing money consistently, especially in the penny stock space. Okay, penny stocks, volume is everything with these type of penny stocks, and sometimes news actually makes these stocks drop. On the Canadian exchanges, I've been following these Canadian type stocks for many years, and a lot of people are waiting for news, and even good news is just a time for people to sell. So stocks can actually drop on really good news. So this is why I don't follow the news. Now, if you follow the news, you can do it in conjunction with charting, following the charts, but I'm a technicals guy, and I think charting is how to be consistently profitable in the market, and don't worry about news as much. Unless it's world-class news, like out of this world news, don't focus on news as much. All right, so that is the cannabis stock breakdown for this week, and this week it is almost December 1st, so we're next week we'll be in December. Today is November 26th, Sunday. We'll see you next week.